free to be generous. We need to plan appropriately. We need to decide priorities. We need to work with what we have. We need to avoid comparisons. We need to save with God in mind. Is this helping anybody? Which brings us on to the last point. Gain all you can, save all you can, give all you can. Well, here, now we're down to giving. Couple of things, and then we'll draw this to a conclusion. Number one, we need to put God and his will first. You can read about this in 2 Corinthians chapter 8. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 1 through to 5. He says, now, brothers, we want you to know about the grace that God has given the Macedonian churches. Out of their most severe trial, their overwhelming joy, and their extreme poverty welled up in rich generosity. For I testify that they gave as much as they were able, and even beyond their ability, entirely on their own. They urgently pleaded with us for the privilege of sharing in the service for the saints. And they did not do as we expected, but they gave themselves first to the Lord and then to us in keeping with God's will. Goes on to talk about excelling in the grace of giving. So first, put God first. You get your wage packet, you put 10% toward God. You know what a lot of people do, and I'm not saying you should do this, and I haven't done this, but basically a lot of people, they give 10% to God, they save 10%, they invest 10%, and they live off the 70%. And I've heard people tell me that that works for them. But that's not necessarily what the Bible teaches, but it tells you to put God first. Get our income, first 10% goes to God. Without even thinking, whole lot belongs to him anyway. Second thing, if I can read my writing, we need to receive the grace of giving. Giving is a grace. It's an ability. In fact, it's described in Romans 12:8 as a gift. You can't really give properly until you've received the ability to give. So there's something that you can do in 2009. Ask God to give you the grace to be liberal. Still with me? Number 3, learn to be content. Paul talks about this in Philippians. He said, I've learned to abound and be abased. I've had $1 million in my bank account, and I've had nothing in my bank account. And you know, it makes no difference to my well-being and my contentment. I've learned that it doesn't matter whether I've got lots or little. We asked our children a number of years ago what was one of their most profound memories as children.